Hello, Brigadiers and Brigadettes, and hockey fans alike. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to my channel. Now let's jump into some hockey content. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. We're back after I got to cover some softball games. They were on ESPN Plus, so that was really cool. It went well. My boss loved it, and unfortunately did get a sunburn, even though it was about 60, 70 degrees, somewhere around there. We were out in the sun for 7 hours, so I look ridiculous, and I'm doing a new skincare thing that's supposed to purge your skin. So I apologize for what is the disaster of my face right now. But with that being said, let's just jump in today with the topic, which is the current division leaders now. Will they finish in first by the end of the season? So the first division we'll be talking about is the Canadian division. And I know somebody asked me, why don't you call them by what they're called this year? Because these companies that have taken over don't pay me. They don't pay me to say what they're endorsing for the division, so why would I call them that? And that's not a thing to be rude to the person that asked. I know they were genuinely curious, but the thing is, until those companies pay me, they're not going to get me to say their brand. So, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs in first, 42 points in 32 games played. You have the Edmonton Oilers, 42 points in 34 games played. And then the Winnipeg Jets, 38 points in 31 games played. I will say that I do feel pretty comfortable with this division, saying Toronto will finish in first by the end of the season. I would have more faith in Winnipeg catapulting Edmonton and taking that potential top spot over Toronto. Let's say Hellebuck got insanely hot. Edmonton, I just don't have a lot of faith in. I wish I could say that I did, but Edmonton, they're an exciting team. That's what I'll say there. And they could very well finish second in this division, which would be a good thing. But I don't have them going first. So, I do think if I had to put my money where my mouth is, Toronto would be finishing first. They're going to stay on and hold on to their first place in the division. Now, the second division is the most exciting, and I think. And that is the West Division. We have the Vegas Golden Knights, 43 points in 29 games played. And then you have the Colorado Avalanche, 40 points in 29 games played. And I don't really think anybody else could catch up to them. St. Louis and Minnesota have been a tough out for other teams, but I think it comes down to Vegas and Colorado. And with that being said, I don't know. This is one that I've thought about for a little bit, and I said, who would, hold on to that spot? Would Vegas hold on to this? And I go back and forth. If you had to make me bet money, something like that, I'd probably Vegas, just because of the goaltending. Colorado is very good too. It's one of those things I don't know. I almost want to say Colorado, but with my luck, Vegas would go on a 10-game win streak and make me look like an idiot. So I'm going to go with Vegas, but I will say I would not be surprised if Colorado took it over. Let me know which one you think down in the comments below, because this is a tough division for those top two teams. Now, the final one is the East Division, and Washington is currently first in the division, followed by the Islanders, the Penguins, and the Bruins. Now, I'm guessing a lot of this has to do with games played. It seems like the East Division's had a lot of cancellations and stuff like that due to COVID, and this one felt like the easiest one for me. And Capitals fans, I apologize. I do not think that the Capitals will be in first by the end of the season in the East Division. I do think that they'll be in the playoffs. I do think they'll be one of those top 4 teams in the division, and they could very well finish second. But if I had to pick, I wouldn't pick the Capitals to be first. The Islanders? Maybe, but probably not. The Penguins? I don't know. They're so shaky. Very weird. I don't know if I trust the goaltending, which leads to the 4th team, which is in 4th place currently, but again, that's probably due to games played, the Boston Bruins. I would pick Boston. You've got Tuukka. You've got some quality guys. You've got great offensive pieces. I think the blue line will hold. And I just have more faith in Boston than I do in Washington. That's another one. It's a tough division. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Who will get to first? Maybe the Flyers go on a crazy hot streak like they did last year, and then they end up climbing to first. Finally, we have the Central Division, which I think is one of the more interesting top-heavy divisions. I don't think it's one that is deep, per se, but I think the top 3 teams are really exciting. You have Tampa Bay, which is first with 48 points in 31 games played. The Florida Panthers, 44 points in 31 games played. And then the Carolina Hurricanes, 43 points in 30 games played. I'm going to be honest here. I do fully expect Tampa Bay to hold on to that first spot. And if I had to pick a team out of these other two teams to take them over Carolina, I can't. I'm sorry. I want the Panthers to do some big things this year. I'd like to see them win the Stanley Cup or something like that. I just don't have enough faith in them. And I think they're going to have a playoff dud. I think they're going to play another team and at best maybe win a playoff round, which is never a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel like they're that trap team that maybe people get a little bit too hype on them and then they backfire and bite you. In Carolina, you've got so many great pieces. Dougie Hamilton, you've got Slavin, you've got Mrazek, if he's healthy, you've got Aho, you've got Svechnikov, you've got just some great pieces, and that's why I think that they could possibly come back if they go on a hot streak. But Tampa Bay is just arguably one of the best teams in the league. Not even arguably, that's a statement. Tampa Bay is one of the best teams in the league, and in my previous video, I'll leave it down or up here, I talked about that, where I talked about Vegas, Colorado, Tampa Bay fighting for that top spot and who would win the Stanley Cup. So you should give that a watch if you want to. So that's going to wrap up the video for today. I apologize, not super structured, but been very busy covering those softball games and hoping that it works. Our boss loved it. He thought we were very funny, very informational as well. So that went well. Hopefully that worked out. Everybody, hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. And then if you're new and you liked it, make sure to subscribe. It is 6 days away from my birthday, so if we could get to 200 subscribers, that'd be great. Everybody stay safe, have a great day, and stay away from COVID, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes, and hockey fans in general. This is your captain signing off. Have a great week.